The price is wrong.
You serious?
Boy, have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it.
Really? Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly maximum Spider-Man. Does it cost twice the price? Yes, it does. Twice as nice. Here they are. There goes the Spider-Man. Ow. Oh, I'm going to stand up for this one because we've all been waiting and finally the price has dropped, buddy. But the price ain't dropped. The price has gone up. But is it what we were expecting and is it worth it? Well, I'm going to tell you about that right now. The answer is yes. What is the exact question? Doesn't matter. The answer is yes. Why? Because it's subjective, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Because you can look at anything and decide whether or not it's worth it depending on how much you want it. That's the important thing to remember, because I've been talking to a certain someone about certain things recently and how much they are worth. Because little thing about me, diamonds. I hate diamonds because they're incredibly expensive. Why? Because someone just said that they were. Simple as that. Can you eat a diamond? No. Can you get shelter under it? Nuh-uh. But somehow it's incredibly expensive because someone somewhere said, that's what that's worth. But the thing is, people then see that and then go, yeah, that is what that's worth. And it kind of baffles me. But then that goes to show that something is worth whatever you want to place onto it. So it's not my place to say, is Spider-Man worth $50 worth of plastic or $50 worth of tooling? Because I haven't seen Hasbro's profit and loss sheets. Funnily enough, they refuse to answer my emails. I wish they would. It would be really fascinating. So all I can say is what something is worth to me. As a person, do I look at it and say, yes, I want that. This is something that's going to bring me $50 worth of joy and entertainment. And honestly, I think it might do. Do I want to pay $50 for it? Absolutely not. No, not in the slightest. I would have felt okay going for $35. That would have made me feel like I was happy to hand over my money and get back the product. I would have been like, that was a fair exchange of goods right there. Whereas this is like very begrudging, but it's not egregious. It's, ooh, you know what? It's almost like Hasbro have been doing this for a lot of years and they know exactly where to place that price point, where people are going to feel grumpy about paying it, but they're still going to do it. That's exactly what this Spider-Man is. None of us are thrilled, but at the same time, we're still gonna buy it. You know, don't get me wrong. There's probably a few people out there who are like, nope, you know what? I'm out. I would have got it if it was 45, but you know, you hit 50. That's too much for me. But there's enough people, the elasticity of demand is elastic enough that they know this is the point. If they went any higher, I think they would have got more of a drop-off. The drop-off would have been more extreme. But at that 50 right there, boom. Just enough to maximize the profits without losing too many sales. Because that's it. Hasbro don't give a good guff about goodwill. They could care less. They care about the bottom line. And this is where the bottom line is. And you know what? At least we are getting a fair amount of stuff with this figure. First thing that I don't like, though, is the Peter Parker head. State of your Peter Parker head, mate. In a day and age, 2025, when Hasbro Marvel Legends are crushing it with their head sculpts. Honestly, best on the market, even for more high-end stuff. How does Peter Parker look like this 1,000-yard stare, coffee popped off, human growth hormone swollen face looking weirdo? That ain't any Peter Parker I've ever seen. That's the worst thing about the figure. Just that head. But also, you know what? To be fair and hand on heart, and I call it like I see it, no matter how good the head looked, it would have gone in the fodder box regardless, because I want this as a quintessential Spider-Man. I don't need a Peter Parker head, as nice as it would look. What I would have preferred would have been either a battle-damaged head or Pizza Spider-Man style, mask pulled up so that he can be posed like that. That would have given so many more posing options, especially because this seems tailor-made, perfectly designed for photographers. Because you got so many options with the different hands and the actual bare forearms with the web shooters. That's terrific. And especially the little bit of spooting web coming out so you can have him like mid-pose firing out the web. That's a great idea right there. So catering for hobbyists, that makes a real big difference. Because like I said before, are you going to get $50 worth of enjoyment out of this figure? And if you are a photographer, then you are definitely going to get $50 worth of enjoyment. Because I could imagine, let's face it, cinema tickets these days, what are you spending, like $15, $20? That's going to give you an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of entertainment. But someone who's a toy photographer, oh my goodness, you could spend hours playing about with this in different poses, setups, dioramas, scenes. There's a lot of enjoyment you're going to get for your $50. So for me personally, even if I wasn't doing channel reviews and whatnot, I probably would buy it anyway. I will do. You know, I could very much get on my high horse and be like, there's no high horse in this. But I could say, oh yeah, I'll buy it, but I'm only buying it just because, you know, I am a professional YouTuber, don't you know? And that means I gotta be a part of the conversation, gotta do the review. No, that's BS. I would buy it anyway. I want a quintessential Marvel Legends Spider-Man. One thing that's really put the cat amongst the pigeons, though, is Storm Arena doing their new Street Fighter figures for 25, well, not $25, 25, 26, less than 30. There you go. Less than $30 for Ken and Ryu, who look incredible. And they look, I know we've only had renders and pictures. Well, no, we have actually seen the live footage of the Maximum Spider-Man in the Hasbro Pulse stream, but they look incredible compared to Spider-Man, who still looks very much like that just basic Marvel legend. Yeah, there's maybe some more tooling going on, but he still looks like that same one material, plastic, boom, there you go. Whereas Ken and Ryu, I'm telling you, man, having seen them in person with my own eyes, they look more high-end. They really do. And so Storm are doing these for half the price almost of the Maximum line. You can only say that Marvel charge a lot for the license so much. It's like Storm have to pay for the Street Fighter license. Is it as expensive? Obviously not. But still, is it $25 more expensive? That's where you start to say, okay, this is where I can only judge this from my own personal enjoyment and appreciation. I can't say how much plastic costs or licensings cost, because we don't know. But I do know that looking at one thing and comparing it to the other, I see that like, okay, wow, this costs twice the price, but this is actually twice as nice. So the comparison test is real difficult when you do stack these guys up next to each other, especially because also the Storm Arena figures, they come with a real nice, sturdy flight stand as well. And that's one thing that seems to be a real egregious miss from the Maximum line from Spider-Man is no flight stand. It's got a stand for his web spooter, and it's like, really? So you know that needs to be suspended in the air, but not Spider-Man, who spins a web any size and catches fleas like flies. That's not right. But he does swing from buildings, and he's in flight poses in most of the pictures that are promoting this figure. And you don't throw in a flight stand for $50? It doesn't even have to be as nice as the Storm Arena one, but even just like one of the cheaper little Mafex type stands, would that have broken the bank for you to do? I don't know if it would have. Honestly, I would have happily traded out that ghastly Peter Parker head for a decent flight stand. So not including that, that's not even added value. At that kind of price point, that should be an essential. That's another interesting thing. It's like Hasbro, if you're going to get into the more high-end type figures, then you need to know what should be expected with a high-end figure. And a flight stand should be, that's eggs as eggs, you know, that's kind of just common sort of accepted fact, I would have thought, that if you're paying that much for a figure, you should darn sure have a flight stand with it, even if it's basic. It's not asking a lot. I mean, you can buy a flight stand on the eBay for like $3. I mean, that's like the low end ones, but that's all it would need to be. Even just a token would have made a big difference. So that was kind of a miss on that one. And some people were saying, oh, well, it's okay because I'll sell the Renew Your Vows figure. That'll like offset the cost. Not by much. Not by much, because once this drops, or it already has been announced, the value of Renew Your Vows Spider-Man, yeah, that's going to plummet, because people are like, well, why would I spend 30 on Renew Your Vows when I can spend an extra 20 and get maximum? So the bottom line of this is, I'm not going to, well, I've already gone on too long, but hey, look, come on, you're folding your laundry. There's something to have on in the background. This is not great as far as prices go. It's not. Because if they continue with the maximum line with bigger figures, you think, you think the Hulk is going to be $50? Absolutely not. That's going to go even higher. But this is relating back to what I said at the start of the video. This isn't about judging the value of the plastic. I don't know what plastic's worth. I know how much joy or value I'm going to get out of it. Will I get $50 worth of joy and value out of this? Just about. just about. But it's borderline. Will this replace the Mafex as my go-to Spidey? That's a little tougher, though. I'm going to be real interested to have them in hand to see how they compare. Now, if Hasbro Marvel Legends are going to go into this more high-end kind of like zone, then they're going to open themselves up for a lot more comparisons. That's why I'm so hoping, fingers crossed, that the next maximum figure we get is going to be the Hulk. Because if that's the case, Mezco have just announced their upcoming Hulk. So we could literally see, like for like, what one high-end Hulk is going to be like compared to the other one. That's going to be a lot of fun to be able to do. That's a conversation I really want to have. In the meantime, though, the next few months, we're all going to be talking Maximum Spider-Man, and I'm happy to be having this conversation. Is it the price I wanted? No, it's not. Is it one that I'm willing to pay? Yes, begrudgingly. And that's exactly what Hasbro knew, and they priced it accordingly. So well done for not making this video redundant, because guess what? Little behind the music thing right here. As of this moment that I'm filming, the price hasn't been announced. It's not. I'm just gambling it's going to be $50 because I don't have time to make a video later. So I'm making one now. So this might not ever see the light of day if he's $50. Or if he is, I might just put a little disclaimer at the bottom. So if you're watching this, it's because Dave got his prediction right. And if you're not, then it's going to be filed away in the archive somewhere. So gang, what do you think about the $50 price tag on Maximum Spider-Man? Is it worth it? Do you want to buy it? Or is this the final insult from Hasbro? Comment below and let me know, because this is one that I really want to have the discussion with. So gang, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Cup of coffee. Big time.